Videos now surface showing humanoid robots being drilled like combat troops, throwing punches, landing kicks, and staying on their feet even through brutal stress tests. At military parades, four-legged mechanical wolves march in formation beside missile carriers. Meanwhile, research papers reveal AI programs that can detect submarines with 95% precision, slashing their survival chances close to zero. These are no longer clunky experiments or harmless tech demos. They're the first-generation machines built for the battlefield. And the most alarming part? Almost nobody seems to be watching. Let me drop you right into the moment that feels like a break in reality. Inside a lab, a compact humanoid robot from China's Unitree Robotics is shoved, kicked, even full-on drop-kicked. Yet it bounces back instantly, trained to fight and recover without pause. 9 savage strikes in less than 60 seconds. The machine wobbles, slips, but refuses to fall. When a loose floor tile finally knocks it down, the robot slams to the ground, only to spring back to its feet in under a second, standing tall as if nothing ever happened. No fear, no hesitation, just a cold, mechanical resolve to continue. And this wasn't some hidden military experiment. It was uploaded publicly, proudly, as proof of what their machines can now endure. At first, people laughed in the comments, until the reality hit them. You can strike it, you can try to destroy it, but it won't stop. What you're witnessing is the fundamental instinct of a battle-ready machine. China's surge into robotics isn't random tinkering or playful engineering. It's a calculated march toward the future of war. This is not a side project. It's a national strategy. Robotics has been declared a core pillar of the Made in China 2025 plan. Billions of dollars are being funneled into AI and embodied machines, backed by universities, startups, corporate giants, and government ministries. As far back as 2017, Beijing set its sights on global AI dominance by 2030. Fast forward just 8 years, and China now produces more robots than any other nation on Earth. In 2024 alone, factories turned out 466,000 industrial robots, with half staying inside China. That same year, 8.7 million service robots entered hospitals, warehouses, and homes. This isn't research anymore. It's mass production. And if you still think humanoid robots are just clumsy novelties, look at Shanghai's Kepler Robotics. Their Bumblebee model walks with straight knees, just like a human being. It might sound minor, but in robotics, it's a breakthrough. For decades, humanoids shuffled forward in bent knee crouches, wasting energy and stumbling on uneven ground. Bumblebee strides naturally, conserving energy, resisting shoves, and recovering instantly from slips. Now imagine a soldier or a robotic security unit marching smoothly across rubble or rough terrain, while older machines stumble and fail. That's the capability this technology unlocks. China proudly showcased it at the World AI Conference, and the audience understood immediately. These robots aren't toys. They're built to withstand the chaos of real-world environments. At the same time, companies like UBC are stacking up multi-million-dollar orders for their walker humanoids. Ant Group, the firm Jack Ma founded, revealed its R1 humanoid, designed to guide tourists, sort medicines, and even help in kitchens. And then there's Unitree again, preparing to launch a full-sized humanoid, the R1, priced at less than $6,000. Think about that, a machine with balance, vision, mobility, and AI intelligence, costing less than a mid-range motorcycle. That price point means labs, universities, startups, and even hobbyists can buy one. The result? Tens of thousands of humanoids entering the world, learning faster, failing forward, and accelerating the entire field. Now, before we continue, a quick break for the creators watching this. The hardest part of making content isn't coming up with ideas. It's everything after. Research, scripting, thumbnails, SEO, editing. The grind never ends. And those one-click AI tools, they churn out generic content that gets flagged instantly. That's why we built Clipmate. We're genuinely excited about it because it uses AI the right way, not to replace you, but to remove the busy work and unlock your creativity. The scripting tool transforms your topic into a full video script in minutes, tailored to your tone and style. The thumbnail tool instantly generates designs based on what's trending in your niche right now. The SEO tool inside Clipmate doesn't just suggest keywords, it builds full titles, descriptions, and tags engineered for viral reach, giving your video the best possible shot at exploding online. And that's only the beginning. Clipmate is packed with features designed to save you time and keep your content razor sharp. Altogether, it can slash 95% of the workload it usually takes to make a video, while keeping your unique voice at the center. That's the real power of AI in content creation. And here's the exciting part. We're opening beta access to just 500 people this month. You'll get free credits to test it, an exclusive launch discount, and a private guide on how to actually turn your content into income. So if you're ready to create without burning out, hit the link in the description and claim your spot before all 500 are gone. But remember, creativity is only one face of AI. The other side is far darker. Because behind the polished expo showcases, something more dangerous is taking shape. This isn't only about robots stacking shelves or carrying coffee trays. On the battlefield, autonomous AI swarms are already here, used in Ukraine to coordinate strikes without GPS, without signals, and without human pilots. In Ukraine, AI-driven drone swarms are already hunting tanks, tracking soldiers, and striking with terrifying precision. These drones don't rely on GPS. They don't need radio signals. They coordinate in silence, moving like a hive mind. Serhiy Kuprienko, the CEO behind one of these systems, explained it with brutal simplicity. You set the target, and the drones do the rest. They collaborate. They adapt. That single sentence should send a chill down your spine. You don't tell them how. You don't guide their flight paths. You just assign a goal, and the machines figure out the rest. Now imagine those same principles applied to humanoid robots, machines with arms, legs, sensors, and weapons. And China is paying close attention, pushing the concept even further. In its own military journals, Chinese researchers proudly outlined an AI-powered anti-submarine system. It listens for sonar echoes, pulls signals from sonar buoys and radar, accounts for salinity and water temperature, and even detects magnetic anomalies in the ocean. In simulations, it achieved a 95% success rate in tracking submarines. 95%. For decades, submarines were considered the invisible guardians of the seas, the ultimate stealth platforms. But if this system goes operational, that stealth advantage collapses overnight. Only 1 in 20 subs might evade detection. That would completely rewrite the nuclear balance of the oceans. And then came Beijing's grand parade. Missiles, lasers, and marching robotic wolves on public display. On parade, China rolled out nuclear-capable intercontinental missiles, anti-drone lasers, robotic wolf packs on 4 legs, and a chilling new weapon the state media proudly called the Guam Killer. At Xi Jinping's side stood Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un, an image staged to rattle Washington. And it worked. Because if conflict ignites over Taiwan, Guam is the first domino in the Pacific. For the island's 170,000 residents, the danger isn't theoretical anymore. It's a bullseye painted in red. Back home, Beijing is making sure no foreign company controls the intelligence inside its machines. Regulators just blocked ByteDance, Alibaba, and other giants from buying NVIDIA's AI chips. Consider the timing. NVIDIA had already built a watered-down chip specifically for China after US sanctions cut off the high-end versions. And still, Beijing said no. Why? Because domestic chips are catching up fast. China doesn't want a kill switch in California, deciding whether its machines can think. Instead, it's building its own semiconductors, training its own AI models, and creating an ecosystem no foreign ban can choke off. And this is where the story turns even darker. In labs at the Southern University of Science and Technology, the Unitree G1 has already been trained in martial arts. It kicks, punches, spars in a ring, and pops back up instantly when shoved. At the World Humanoid Robot Games in Beijing, robots sprinted, boxed, and pulled off stunts that made last year's demos look primitive. Online, clips went viral, the G1 shadowboxing with fluid precision, while another bot, nicknamed Jake the Rizbot, wandered US streets in a cowboy hat, charming passersby instead of striking them. It looks cute, maybe harmless, but every single line of code that makes a robot fight better, balance better, or even socialize better can be repurposed. Learn to dodge a punch? You've learned to dodge a bullet. Learn to track a face in a crowd for conversation? You've learned to track it for targeting. And here's the catch. At Stanford University, researchers ran war game simulations using large language models, GPT 3.5, GPT-4, Claude 2, Meta's Llama 2. The outcome? A consistent drift toward aggression, escalation, and trigger-happy decisions. Now combine that mindset with machines that don't flinch, don't fatigue, and don't hesitate. The Pentagon insists autonomous weapons will always require human judgment, but buried in the directive are loopholes for emergencies. And history is clear. In emergencies, corners get cut. That's how autonomous killing slips into reality. So are we staring at the birth of real-life Terminators? Strip away the Hollywood special effects, and what's left may be worse. Robots that can't be knocked down. Robots that walk with human efficiency. Robots built cheap enough to spread everywhere. Drones that swarm without orders. Algorithms that bluff, escalate, and deceive. Chips designed to think independently at scale, beyond Western oversight. This isn't tomorrow's nightmare. This is 2025, unfolding live. Every kick absorbed by a Unitree robot. Every missile paraded through Tiananmen Square. Every chip China manufactures beyond NVIDIA's reach. It's all another step toward a world where machines fill the roles of soldiers, enforcers, and executioners. And once set in motion, they won't blink, they won't hesitate, and they won't stop. The chilling question is this: as China's humanoids spread into factories, cities, and military drills, how would we even know if they've already shifted from helper to hunter? Maybe the first real Terminators are already walking among us, just waiting for orders no one can take back. Thanks for watching.